What it do, family and friends? Welcome back to the Church of Black Power. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified when videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like and share button so we can beat up the algorithm so we can get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done yet, please go into the description, hit that link to change.org, and put your signature on the petition for reparations. And with that being said, family, a while ago, about a month ago, I did a video called Desperate for Votes, Biden paying TikTokers to secretly campaign for him. And in that video, we had a young lady who was an influencer, explain how the Biden administration contacted her and they wanted her to do some silent campaigning for her, meaning, for Biden, meaning that they wanted her to promote Biden without telling people she was paid to do so. So let's take a look at that, and then we're going to get into the topic for today. Well, we're in the topic. We're going to get to the meat of the topic today. Because they absolutely need to be put on Front Street about it. But it also goes to show exactly what we've been telling you for a long time in the new black media. These people are bought and paid for a reason. And it's to literally go against your interests and convince you to do the same. Let's listen to what the Queen has to say, and we'll be back.
Political scam going around on TikTok, on social media in general. I've seen it like on Instagram too, but especially on TikTok, and I have proof. I received an email a couple of days ago from the Biden administration, and I thought it was a scam because honestly, I've gotten so many scam emails from TikTok recently. I don't know what's going on, but I thought it was a scam at first, so I opened it. And I like to mess with people who try to scam me because, honey, I'm Nigerian. I'm always going to outsmart you, period. So I was like, it's a scam. Let me just respond back to them. So I said, oh, they're like, yeah, we want you to speak positively about Joe Biden and the Biden administration and the Democratic Party in general on TikTok. Just one video. And I was like, why would they even ask me? Anyone who knows me knows I sit right in the middle when it comes to politics. I don't go either way. And I was like, okay, that's strange. So I thought I should respond. I responded back. I said, what are the rates? Just messing with them. I knew I wasn't going to do it. And I said, what's your budget for this campaign? And they were like, name a price. So I thought, why not? Let me just throw a number out. So I said $25,000. Within seconds, they responded back, said, done. The only stipulation we have is that you do not mention that it's an ad. So you can't use hashtag ad. You cannot use hashtag paid partnership. You cannot toggle that in. Just make it as natural as possible. And I responded back, if I was sitting in the middle before, if I didn't know who I wanted to vote before, thank you for making it very clear to me right now. Thank you so much and have a great day. Click. Yes, I was like, if they're sending me this email, clearly they didn't even do their due diligence because anyone who knows me, people have always thought I was Republican, which I'm not, but people have always thought that because I do have very strong conservative values. I wonder how many other influencers they've reached out to. So I put it into the search bar on TikTok, and all of a sudden, so many videos of beauty influencers, skincare influencers talking about politics all of a sudden. They've never talked about it before. They're not using hashtag ads. They're not using hashtag paid partnership. They are literally scamming you. They're literally lying to your face and making it seem so seamless as part of their content. It's not. They're getting paid enough to pay off their mortgage, enough to go buy a brand new Rover, okay? These influencers will sell their integrity at the slightest chance they could. They will sell it like that. I say all this to say, be very careful who you watch on social media and be very careful what you digest on social media. I don't care who you vote for. You can be a Republican, Democrat. I welcome everybody from all walks of lives on here. However, make sure you're voting because of your beliefs, because of what you believe in, right? If you choose to vote this election, which I think a lot of people are sitting out, but if you choose to vote this election, vote based on your morals, your values, your integrity, not because some influencer is getting paid to tell you to vote. I was shocked.
All right, family. So I wanted to play that just to remind you exactly what she said, because we're going to get into an actual OnlyFans creator who claims that she was paid to spread political propaganda for the Biden administration. So OnlyFans creator Farah Khalidi claims that she was paid to spread political propaganda for Biden. Let's get into it. An OnlyFans creator and TikTok star has claimed she was paid to spread political propaganda for the Biden administration on social media, and that she was asked to hide the fact that it was advertising. Don't that sound exactly like what the other sister said in the other video? Farah Khalidi says she's been asked to help boast about then Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson to her tens of thousands of social media followers after Brown Jackson was nominated to the Supreme Court by President Biden. I was doing full-on political propaganda, the social media personality said during a recent podcast interview with commentator Richard Hanania. Let's hear what she had to say there.
So you were in school. You were still in college when you started as a TikTok person, right? Or you started OnlyFans when you were in school too?
No, I started TikTok like the spring semester of my senior year, and I was like, fuck, I finally have to start applying for law school. And then like, you know, female privilege, life is so easy for a, you know, woman. Obviously, I lucked out. I'm just kidding. I lucked out, and then, you know, TikTok was basically full time for me. I think I was taking ads by the time I graduated college from like the Biden administration and Planned Parenthood and like dating apps and stuff. So it was like fully financially, you know, sustaining.
So you were getting, the Biden administration was buying ads from you?
Yeah, I was doing full on political propaganda.
And they would just, really? With like what kind of, like Biden created 10 million jobs
Yeah,
this year?
yeah, honestly. And the funny thing is they're like, do not disclose this is an ad, because, you know, they're like, technically it's not a product, so you don't have to disclose it's an ad. Because I think they just wanted like some edgy girl of color to just tell people, like when they nominated like Ketanji Brown Jackson, they're like, can you say like as a person of color, you know, that you feel reflected? And it's like a white woman emailing this to me, and she's like giving me this script, and I'm like, no. And she's like, please. And I'm like, no, I'll like talk about the news of it, but I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna have a white person tell me to be like, you know, this is how I feel as a person of color. Like, it's just so, I think that black-pilled me slightly on like, you know, political propaganda stuff.
So the Biden administration sees, oh, here's this young,
yeah, I mean, they use like a conduit. It's not like, you know what I mean? It's not Biden, but it's like a third party. You know what I mean? It's like a media company that's doing it on his behalf. I'm not blaming him for this.
Yeah, and the message is like, because you're a dark-skinned woman, you will be inspired by Ketanji Brown Jackson, and all the kids should support her.
Yeah, they're like, basically as like another black person, just say that like you feel reflected by Ketanji. I'm like, no, I'll talk about like Ketanji's background and her accomplishments, but like I never, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna say like the corny stuff. Even if it was a brown person emailing it to me, I'm like, no, that's not like how I feel. Like I don't look at like Ketanji and feel like, wow.
Yeah. See, yeah.
Yeah, family. That sounds about right to me. You have the Democratic Party contacting these influencers who are black, quote unquote. This woman ain't even a black woman. They contact her and told her to basically try to convince people that she felt represented by seeing Ketanji Brown Jackson. Do you get the psychology of the Democratic Party? We talk about the Republicans, but the Democrats are no freaking better. They're just as racist. They're sitting here literally contacting a woman who isn't even black. Well, she's brown. She'll do. And this shows you that they know how we feel about Kamala Harris. We know Kamala Harris isn't black. But they keep throwing that onto her just like they tried to do with this young lady, Fahara. And also, the young lady said that she was taking ads from places like Planned Parenthood. So when you hearing all these people talking all these good things, how they need women's rights and all this other stuff, if they're an influencer, you need to double check. As we've been telling you guys, these people are bought and paid for. We've been saying it for so long in the new black media. These people are literally bought and paid for. Now they're reaching directly to the social media influencers to send out messages to their quote unquote thousands upon thousands of followers. They told this woman to act as if she felt represented by Ketanji Brown, and she ain't even a black woman. Looking at her, she might be Asian or something like that. Looks like she's Hindi or something. By that last name, I'm be guessing she's Indian. She's probably from the land of Kamala Harris. But this is what they're doing. This is what they're doing, family. All the money that they could be putting into actual policy and programs for the black Americans, they are paying to people to try and convince people, not just black Americans, because I'm not sure what her demographic of followers are, but they're trying to convince people using these influencers that they're doing a good job. So a lot of these Biden apologists, when you're online going back and forth with them, they're paid to do it. They're paid to do it. The Biden administration is paying people to speak well of them. We're going to restart this video and we're going to break it down a little bit.
So you were in school, you were still in college when you started as a TikTok person, right? Or you started OnlyFans when you were in school too?
No, I started TikTok like the spring semester of my senior year, and I was like, fuck, I finally have to start applying for law school. And then, like, you know, female privilege, life is so easy for a, you know, woman. Obviously, I lucked out. I'm just kidding. I lucked out. And then, you know, TikTok was basically full time for me. I think I was taking ads by the time I graduated college from like the Biden administration and Planned Parenthood and like dating apps and stuff. So it was like fully financially, you know, sustaining.
So you were getting the Biden administration.
Now get that. She was going to apply for law school, but yet the money that she was getting from ads and the Biden administration, she didn't have to do that. So that should tell you how much money these type of people are getting. The last sister from the last video says she threw out $25,000 and in seconds they came back and said done. Done. That was no problem for them. So just imagine what they were offering this young lady and how much she has collected over the years. Let's continue.
administration was buying ads from you,
Yeah, I was doing full-on political propaganda.
and they would just oh really, with like what kind of like Biden created 10 million jobs
Yeah,
this year.
yeah, honestly, and the funny thing is they're like, do not disclose this is an ad because, you know, they're like, technically it's not a product, so you don't have to disclose it's an ad.
Technically, it is a product because you're pushing Biden as a good president. That's a product. And that product doesn't work. That product is broken. That product is broken. And the cold part is she made it very clear, yeah, I was doing full on political propaganda. So whenever you hear him, well, Biden, he got the unemployment rate down. Well, Biden, he's making sure that A, B, and C are none of that. They're being paid. They're being paid to say these things. They're being paid. So you don't even need to waste your breath with these folks anymore, because now you can start calling out. How much are you being paid by the Biden administration? Because we know you're either lying or delusional. And I'm going to go with the latter. You're lying. We got to start calling these people out because it's right there in our faces. It's in our faces, people. It's in our faces. With that being said, family and friends, this is a short one, but like I said, this is a straight to the point one. Watch out for these people online who act like they're just so supportive of Joe Biden or of Donald Trump. At least with Donald Trump, you can see that there's a lot of genuine like for him because white supremacists are on this man's side. But also because people are tired of the things that Biden are doing in office. People are getting tired of the things that he's doing in office. With that being said, if you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified when things like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like and share button so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this out to the ears that needs to hear. And if you haven't done so yet, hit the link in the description and put your name on the signature. Put your signature on the petition for reparations. And with that being said, family and friends, the doors of the church are now closed. Peace, family.